This is Heather Mark for GetYourRockOut.com, and we are here with Afterdown. Hello.
How's it going? All right? I can't believe you got Stewie on your phone.
That's it, put it on silent. Good.
Yeah,
good.
that was the groupies that. I told them I can't visit. As if.
Okay, so how are you guys today?
Good,
The album
yeah.
launch for Absolver.
Well,
So what have you been up to recently?
Recording. We've had a busy couple of months recording. A new album, as yet untitled, is, I think they're all done now, aren't they? There's about 11 of them.
pretty much, yeah.
Still debating over one final one, but we might hang on to that.
Yeah.
It's not mixed and mastered yet, due to where we were recording it and what have you. We had a dispute. Well, the landlord had a dispute with his landlord and basically got kicked out, and we got all our gear impounded, blah blah blah.
So not a good time recently.
So our album is stuck on a 1 terabyte external hard drive at the minute. It's in there waiting to explode.
You need to get hold of it.
But we're not in a mad rush, you know what I mean? We want it to be right when it comes out. We've rushed things out a little bit in the past. So.
Yeah, we did that with our first album, didn't we?
Right.
Yeah, so this one, we've got a couple of people in mind who we're going to let them loose on it. You know, we've heard their stuff, we trust them, so we're just going to let them loose on the recordings and see what they come up with.
Excellent. So talk us a little bit through your music and where you get your inspiration from for the new stuff.
Bit of all sorts. Bit of all sorts, really. When we all come out from kind of different angles, really. Andy is predominantly into punk, and then what came from punk, so Motorhead and people like that. I predominantly are into probably everything from the heavier end of our stuff, so a lot of double kick stuff. But I also really like Dream Theatre. When Mike Portnoy was in Dream Theatre, he was like my favourite.
Yeah, we all tend to, we bring our own separate elements in, but we all come through, certain bands such as Dream Theatre, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Maiden,
and more recently, Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
Right.
That's been kind of the band that we've, and in some of our newer stuff, there's certain elements of that, I think.
Trying to bring, some twin guitar stuff in.
Yeah. But the first album that we did, which we did completely ourselves, and that was the album that we feel now that we rushed a bit. Just as a case of which I guess you would do.
You want to add.
You completely self-funded. You're recording it in between working and stuff like that.
Well, that's one of the things we are. We're a working band. It's not our full-time job.
No.
It has its benefits. It has its bad points as well. You can't always, get from where you're working to South Devon in half an hour, to do something.
We've had to turn tours down and things like. We got offered to go to Belgium with Fury before they became Absolver, and we couldn't do it obviously because of work commitments. But fortunately, our good mates 10 by 10, they went and did it. So it was good. At least there was someone over there to represent the North. Yes.
Do you find it difficult juggling work and the band commitments?
It can be, but at the end of the day, we always say, look, we do this because we like doing it, and we remain a band and we remain friends because of it. We've seen plenty of bands who have been in the same situation as us, coming through here doing gigs like this. They've gone, right, let's do it full time. They've gone into it and it's not worked out. They can't afford it. I mean, quote Falling Red, they're still going now. Good set of lads, we like them, we get on with them, but they need a revolving door on their rehearsal room there because they're having to change that many times. So, and because we were friends before we were a band, we don't ever want that to, to compromise us really. So
no, well, we've always said we don't. It doesn't matter how many CDs or T-shirts or key rings or rings or whatever we sell. We're not relying on that to eat.
It's not our next.
Especially not me. We work, and that on the flip side of that means we've got money to put into music. So we're all pretty fortunate that gear we've got is pretty, especially Mark, who like I say, he's doing the sound tonight. Our lead guitarist.
How did that come about?
Well, the way it works out, Neil, our lead singer, and Mark, the lead guitar player, are cousins. So that always helps, you know what I mean? They've known each other quite a while.
It's a good start.
Neil, well, I live next door to Neil, so I've known him for, well, since I've lived there, 15 years, something like that. Mark, Neil and Jodie all worked in the same place as students, you know, so it's just through music, won't it? You get to know what everyone likes. Mark and Neil said, you know, realised that I played a guitar, sort of,
Just kind
a
of
few years ago, and said, show us a couple of chords. So showed them a couple of chords on guitar. They instantly became far better guitar players than me. So hence that's why I now play the bass. Sorry.
Correct.
And there we go, and it just started from there. We had a bit of a covers band prior to this, and for one reason or another that packed up, and then you guys, I was sort of like between things at the minute then, and you guys from work and uni started Afterdown up, didn't you? Neil was you singing bass player at the time, and it didn't
just
work
off
out.
Camera.
He's
hiding over there. Viewers. He's sponsored by IKEA.
I'm Swedish.
So, you know, singing and playing bass wasn't really working out. So I said, well, I'll sit in and do a bit of bass and what have you.
And that went from jamming a bit to.
Doing Mark's sister's 21st, and then we went from there, didn't we?
And then you start writing your own songs and stuff, because you don't like covering other people's songs because it gets a bit repetitive. And then
we do cover versions when we have to. You know, sometimes you've got to make a couple of quid. You do Saturday night pub gigs. You know, people want to come and listen to AC/DC, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So we started off doing all then we dropped a couple of hours in. Comes a few more, and then you end up just doing one cover at the end of the night, and it was like a bit of a seamless transition.
Brilliant. So obviously, hopefully you're going to get hold of your new album stuff and look at getting that produced. Have you got any more gigs coming up or any more shows?
I think
we're doing the Help for Heroes thing now.
Yeah, our next gig's on the 7th or the 10th I think it's the 10th of November at the Hark to Towel in Tottington. It's a gig for Help for Heroes.
Oh, brilliant.
It's a big charity we all support greatly. So we do a lot of charity shows actually.
Yeah.
Because you know we're not always one of these bands. Oh yeah, we'll do it. Pay us £400 million and we'll come and support your charity.
Well, we've done everything from like literally playing at Peter Kay's Phoenix Club. Seriously, it's a story we always tell when people ask us. But the guy actually introduced us as a couple of turns, and then said they've had to cancel bingo
and play your cards right.
Because
please give them a big round of applause. All the old women were killing them.
Down,
I did all these. Well, you're then with your guitars in drop D, thinking this is going to end badly. But as it turned out, it was a good show.
It was good, and that was Macmillan, wasn't it? Was that Macmillan we did that for?
Macmillan or Christie's, one of them. I think we sold more CDs and merchandise and stuff. Obviously, the money went in the charity tin, but they couldn't get enough of it.
So charity's quite close to your heart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Help for Heroes gigs that we're doing, Neil is predominantly the songwriter. In the band. I mean, with the newer stuff, starting on our last EP that we did a song called Lies, where we started throwing lyrics in ourselves, me and Andy particularly. But Neil's predominantly the songwriter, and the song we will play tonight, Brothers in Arms, is actually about you know, being on the front line in war and stuff like that.
People that Neil knows, you know, it's like a really personal thing. So.
You know, Neil's got friends that have been out in, you know, Afghanistan and stuff like that. So yeah.
Right. Well, thanks for taking the time out for talking
to us.
And we wish you well with the album. I look forward to seeing you on stage later.
Thank you very much. Cheers.